Welcome back to OneTake Tonight. He's Reese. I'm Dan. Producer Reese, how are we feeling?
Feeling great, Dan.
Good to hear, man. We got hot takes for the brand. Great episode today. Let's start it off with a message from our friends at Sartoro. Summer is here. Want to get out as much attention out of the bar as producer Reese, tired of buying off-the-rack suits that don't fit as well as you would like? Check out our friends at Sartoro. The fastest-growing online men's fashion brand is changing the game with their incredible selection of suits, colors, and styles. And the best part is it's all done online. Use a digital tailor feature to pick out the perfect suit option for you. Go to sartoro.co/onetake for 10% off your first order. Sartoro, the suits, the suits, the suits. Producer Reese, no guest this week. Let's get right into hot takes. What do we got?
Dan, we got the Jordan Hudson Belichick.
You're not prepared. You're not prepared, Producer Reese. What are we doing out here? Biggest story in all of the world this week on CBS this morning, or whatever that Sunday morning show is. My boy Bill Belichick is getting castigated by everybody, even his friends. And Producer Reese, I will not stand for it. Jordan Hudson is the queen of PR. She is helping him with his brand and helping him to just get to work and coach football, which is what he wants to do. That's what Bill does. Anyone that knows anything about his brain, I've been studying it for the last 25 plus years. Mm-hmm. So he wants to get to work, and they are the perfect match for each other. And then I want to talk about the question that was the viral moment.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
But if you had a follow-up, I'm curious.
Would you say that Bill's choice in getting with Jordan Hudson was a more of a strategic one? That one that ties into his coaching overall?
I think they're in love. I think it was just something that happened and made sense to continue their relationship going forward. I don't think it was like a planned move by him, because the question that went viral was when the interviewer, who, first off, very surprised that Belichick even did that interview with CBS Sunday Morning, some guy that isn't exactly like a football guy. Mm-hmm. I don't know his name off the top of my head. Obviously, I think he does, not the Today Show, but whatever CBS has.
Yeah.
Well-respected journalist, but was he interviewing Bill Belichick? And he asked about how they met. Jordan immediately says, we don't want to talk about that.
Not talking about this.
Because they've already talked about it a million times. This is like the most on to Cincinnati take.
You're on to Cincinnati.
From Jordan, and that's why they are a great combination, because Bill wants to talk about the book. Bill wants to talk about this upcoming season.
Yeah.
She's the one that's handling things on Instagram. She's the one that's telling the story, their beautiful love story.
Right.
Bill is doing his thing with acro yoga and what have you.
Okay.
Yeah. She's handling all of that. She's handling the PR side. She's handling the promotion. They've already talked about the story of how they met. It was a romantic meet cute on an airplane. On to the next thing. That's like 4 years ago. Old news. So
I heard there are talks between Jordan and then on OneTake Media. Yeah. What can we expect there?
There have not been talks, for the record. I'm sure every show in this, the media landscape wants to have Jordan on these days, but she's of course welcome to come to OneTake Tonight, to our tens and tens of viewers. Yeah. And we'd love to have her on. So
okay, any day. Yeah. Warriors Celtics. Was their final inevitable this season? I
think so. Yeah. I think Warriors Celtics final is inevitable.
Yeah.
Do the Timberwolves look pretty darn good? Yes. Would I like to have my guy T.I. on to talk about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sad he's not on.
Sad he's not on. It's okay. We miss our guy.
Yeah.
Do the Warriors have enough juice? They might, man. They very well could.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's a problem come playoff time.
Yeah.
So I think they might have one more run in them. Who else in the West has a threat? Shout out to our guy Nate the Barber, R.I.P. We're praying for you, man. LeBron, will he play another season? Yes, of course he will. Will there be more theatrics and histrionics? Yes, of course there will. Yeah. Will there be a ton of attention on him? Yes, of course. Will they get knocked out of the first round, maybe the second round of the playoffs next year? Yes. So that's just what LeBron does. That's what the Lakers do. Mm-hmm. They're more of a sideshow than a true franchise. Unlike the Boston Celtics, who are all about results and getting to work, and that's what the Celtics do. Out west, I don't know, Nuggets. Maybe the Nuggets make a run here, Producer Reese, but I'd love to see the Warriors.
The boys might have to hike it down to Chase Center like we did 3 years ago.
We gotta get in there. Yeah, if Celtics come to town, we're going to the game. But then it's like, how do you film it? That's kind of tough. I don't know if company budget for 3 tickets. Then what do we got? Producer Reese in there with a GoPro. I don't even know if that's allowed. That would be kind of funny.
Might have to sneak into the watch party outside, man. We don't know. We'll see. NFL
Well, no,
draft.
the watch party's nothing. I mean, if we're gonna do it, we want to be in the stadium. But
Oh, okay.
we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah.
Go Warriors.
Go Warriors. NFL draft and / Will Campbell crying.
Will Campbell cried. It was awesome. Gotta clip that one in there, young Reese.
What's behind that smile?
Man, just all the hard work.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to battle for this guy. I'm ready to go to war with Will Campbell. He's like 10, 12 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Don't care. I'm turning another year older this week.
Yeah.
Guy's awesome. Some say he has alligator arms, but he's getting into your chest, man. Left tackle, bang. He's fighting and dying for his guy, Drake May, and I fight and die for Will Campbell.
I'm going to fight and die to protect them with everything I got.
So I'm happy for him. It was just an awesome moment. It got me like,
Yeah.
it got me feeling a little something there, young Reese, when I saw that clip going around.
Yeah.
And happy for Will. It was pretty cool.
Definitely got to clip that one then. Yeah.
Clip it in. All right, for the brand. Let's get into for the brand, young Reese. What do we got?
Dan, big weekend to come. Bar crawls. We got Cinco de Mayo weekend this weekend. A lot of boxing. I mean, Short King week to wrap it all off. I mean, what are we gonna do first, big guy? I don't know what's gonna happen.
Is the first weekend in May the best weekend of the year? It very well could be.
It might be. It
very well could be. You got the Derby. You got Cinco de Mayo. You got some electricity in the boxing ring. There's like 3 pretty legit cards this weekend. Right, the return of Ryan Garcia and whatever roids he's on these days.
Yeah. He's fighting Rolly.
I shouldn't say that. Ryan's a heck of a fighter, man. He's got an outstanding left hook, so I shouldn't disparage his name in that way.
Jesus.
But he's too much for that. But he's a talented guy, good looking guy. But he does a lot of weird shit. Unfortunately, can't say I'm a fan of his, but he's a great fighter.
Yeah. I know Canelo's
it'll be interesting.
fighting.
Yeah, Canelo's fighting too. Yeah, kind of a yawn fest. He's fighting over in Saudi Arabia. I think they're fighting at like 6 a.m. local time.
I'm just gonna watch that
in Riyadh. But again, local time, so it's like normal time for California. I think it's like 6 a.m., 8 p.m. California, 11-ish on the East Coast.
I see.
But it's just not the same energy when they're fighting over in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm the biggest fan, but we're gonna get more used to it, man. Your boy Dana White is partnering with Turki Al Sheikh going forward. I think starting in September.
Let's go, Dana. Let's go, Dana, man. Yeah.
It'll probably be Canelo wins this fight. Then they're going to announce Terrence Crawford versus Canelo at 168, which is a massive jump for Terrence from 150. He's only fought one fight at 154. One of the great 147s of this the greatest of this generation. I would say.
What a jump! Yeah.
The younger generation than Floyd. He's not at that level.
Yeah.
Miss Floyd and Pacquiao, but for this generation, he's clearly been the best.
Yeah.
He struggled a little bit in his first fight at 154. Jumping up to 168 is bananas, but I think that's probably the opening card they're going to announce for Independence Day weekend, Mexican Independence Day weekend in September.
Yeah.
So
good stuff, man. We might have to catch some of those fights this weekend. Yeah. Coach Ross filming debacle last weekend. Tell me about that.
Well, it wasn't. You were kind of the culprit there, young Reese. I was watching some of the footage back we filmed on Sunday with our friend Coach Ross. Shout out Coach Ross. We need the flip clip. Every time we mention Coach Ross, we bring in the flip.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
It's mandatory.
We didn't even bring up Short King week in the initial for the brand, but we talk enough about Short Kings out there. 5'1" to 5'7".
Yeah.
We love them. We love our guys. Today's 5'1". Happy for you. You made it to another year.
I think that's my
for
height.
Short King week.
I think
you're
that's
looking
my
pretty
height.
yoked these days. Are you 5'1"? I thought you were like 5'2". I think you're. I'm gonna give you 5'2" because I'm like 6'2", so I think it's solid.
I always round down. I always go like 4'11".
Do you round down? No,
4'9", 4'11". So.
Get at no, buddy. You're 5'2" and change.
There we go. All right.
5'2" and change.
If Dan says I'm
pure
5,
muscle.
I'll take it. I'll take it, dude. I'll take it. I'm not gonna
pure muscle. But this weekend, there wasn't a ton of command. I think it was a double whammy. You were a little bit hesitant with some of the camera angles.
Yeah.
You didn't exactly have the best when it came to having subjects in frame, you were kind of like trying to follow the ball of a throw, as well as like getting the actual thrower of said ball or the receiver of said ball.
Okay.
So
all right,
also we didn't have the best like connection or rapport with some of the youngsters.
I do
Seemed
agree.
like for whatever reason
It felt
there
a little
wasn't as
bit-
much electricity as the first session we did. The first session we did very fun.
Yeah.
It was like kind of joking, again, well, not joking, but I'm out there working. Like I'm out there
we see
getting
it.
in reps.
We see it.
31, 32 years old, don't matter.
Yeah.
I'm out there hustling.
Getting
If
after
Coach Belichick sees what I'm doing,
Yeah.
I'm ready to hike it out to Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
Moment's notice.
Or Coach
Savell
Savell.
sees what I'm up to.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hike it to Pokeland.
Yeah.
Up in Wyoming.
Pokes,
So-
baby. Pokes. We'd love to see him.
We love the Pokes, but yeah, maybe not our best framing, if you will.
That's
On the,
like you did mention the energy was a bit different. I mean, I definitely looked through some of the clips, and I didn't really notice that some of the stuff was out of frame, but that's good feedback from my end. So yeah, I just got to do better next time, I guess.
Yeah, we got to clean it up. We got to be better. We got to figure it out. We got to do a performance review and tell you how much you got to figure out. No, I think you did well. It was overall solid. It was just the little. I think we were both kind of like trying to get our feet under us a little bit. It's,
Yeah.
a lot of it is the vibe, man. A lot of it is the connection.
Vibe
it's
does
like,
matter. Vibe is important. Yeah.
So took us a little while to get warmed up there, but I thought I had some good throws out there. So we'll cut something up and have some fun with it. Shout out Coach Ross. Everyone, whoever is a aspiring quarterback in the greater Bay Area, Coach Ross is your guy.
That's right, man. On to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati.
Intern season, summer 25. I've wanted to do it for 3 years. Do we have the infrastructure? No. Sad. I do need to get another guy, though. So
It's hard to find guys. I don't know. Yeah. I mean.
I need another guy. I got to put a Craigslist ad up and, just get cranking on that.
Yeah. Derby picks. The Toby Keith horse. What's its name?
Toby Keith horse. I like it. Something reserve. I think it's a great pick. I nailed my pick last year.
Yeah.
For the Derby. Do I remember it off the top of my head? No. T.I. was upset with me because it had something to do with the name Dan, if I recall. And he was like,
No.
oh, Dan went with like the name
Was
that
it
was
Magic
close to
Dan?
his.
Was it Magic Dan? I want to say.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I can't
Okay.
remember. If it was a Triple Crown winner, I probably would have remembered.
Yeah.
But Render Judgment is the pick for this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
We're recording this on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Get it out Friday. Render Judgment, you're welcome.
T.I. Keep that in the back of your head. Company dinner. Rumors of company dinner after that night.
Yeah, I hope so. I
we
hope
got
we
in the
do company
cards?
dinner.
Yeah.
I want to go to the marina.
Okay.
And,
Marina.
I'd like to get Coach Ross out. He probably won't show up, though.
If he does, I'm gonna give him a big hug because that's man sending it down from Dublin. We love to see Coach Ross on a Saturday night at the Balboa Cafe. Just
That would be hype.
wild card, potential wild card. We don't know what kind of man we have on our hands. So excited.
Coach Ross is a potential wild card, man.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean, dude, he's a dog. I love me some Coach Ross. He gets me fired up whenever he's talking about whatever the hell he's saying.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Oh,
He's
for
just
sure.
got that, like, he's got an interesting, like, intonation with his voice, and he's just
I think Coach
hilarious,
Ross-
dude.
I think Coach
But yeah,
Ross.
to your point, I think if you, like, go out with Coach Ross, like, anything can happen, man.
Anything
Like,
goes, bro.
Get a few beers and Coach Ross, like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Could be wild.
Oh, for sure. We need
But
Coach
I'm
Ross.
excited to see it.
We
Yeah, we'd
need
love
it-
to see Coach Ross. Shout out.
We need him to do a Hinge review, like on your Hinge profile too. I'd love to see him do some coaching on that part of
He
That'd
did
be-
mention that on Sunday, man. That was quite funny.
that'd be lovely to see.
We did a little team feedback session there.
Yeah. Upcoming guests for the future episodes. Who are we thinking? Who do we have in the cards, Dan?
Well, I mentioned Jordan Hudson earlier. I didn't exactly give a great pitch about that particular guest, but I think we're just the most fair and unbiased media enterprise out there if she wants to get her specific message out. But she's doing that. She's owning the narrative. She's a PR queen. She is an entrepreneur, man. She's an ambitious gal.
Yeah.
She's rumors that she's put together a nice real estate portfolio in recent years. She has a few different business endeavors. She's getting involved in the UNC football program. She's just helping her guy, Bill, to focus on what he does.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, and that's why they're a great team. So
That's a good point.
Jordan, if you want to come on the program, we'd love to have you. Sammy Adams.
Would love Sammy.
One of the great artists of his generation.
Yeah.
Just electric. The amount of bangers that guy put out in a short period of time.
Yeah.
In the early 2010s. Actually, no, it was more like late 2000s.
Yeah.
Just one after another. Still good. Boston's boy. We got to have Sammy on. Follower of OneTake Media. I mean, Sammy, we got questions for you, man. What was it like getting started? What was it like coming up? What's the, what are you working on now?
Yeah.
Let's get our boy Sammy out on this show.
Yeah.
And we got to get him to California as well to play a few shows. That'd be awesome.
OneTake Palooza. He's a potential guest on the roster.
If that ever happens, that'd be pretty electric. Jim Lampley too. I mean, Jim Lampley is returning to he's the greatest play-by-play boxing announcer of all time. No question about that.
Yeah.
He is returning to the ring this weekend. I believe it's Friday.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he's going to Saudi Arabia. I think
Okay.
it's going to be Friday night at not Madison Square Garden, in Times Square. They're literally building a ring in Times Square. It's going to be wild. I don't know. Today's already Thursday. They're building that tomorrow. It's going to come up quick.
Wow.
But he's going to be back in the ring. He's a little bit older, a little bit wiser,
Yeah.
a little bit more fleet of foot. So I think he's going to still have it.
Yeah.
Have we emailed before? Yes.
Yeah.
Have I sent him some of my content when it comes to me, on the mic?
Yeah.
Indeed, I have. Has he
Interesting.
responded to it positively? Not exactly.
Okay.
He's kind of acknowledged it. He's seen a couple of the boxing write-ups I did. I would like to do another one here, maybe as a review for this past weekend. But Jim Lampley is someone I greatly admire. So having him on the show would be pretty darn cool. And then another one in the boxing realm, the greatest name in all of boxing, Danny O'Connor, Framingham, Mass.
Yeah.
I got to have him on too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Talk a little shop, talk a little Boston, talk a little boxing process, talk a little firefighting.
Names. Who has the best name? Like, I guess Dan O'Connor. Dan or Danny O'Connor, But yeah.
A lot of folks don't call me Dan. I've sneaky been bringing back Danny a little bit these days. Danny Smallbiz, Danny Dials.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I was never a big Danny growing up. There were a few older folks who would call me that when I was like 9, 10. They were like a little bit older. They call me Danny, but
Yeah. You look like you suit more like of a Dan by itself, Dan. Yeah.
yeah, I've always kind of gone as Dan. But
Some good guests.
Danny Dials, Danny Smallbiz. I hope that those come through. I mean, we have a few others coming up that should be pretty electric too. Hopefully, my boy Clarence next week, and
Yeah.
who else is on the list there? Young Reese.
I'm thinking they're not on this list right here, the one that I'm looking at, but maybe some ski people.
Yeah, we'd love to get the ski folks. Anyone in surf community?
Scott Gaffney. We don't
have to.
we don't gotta
my
give
mistake.
the names.
I shouldn't have said specific names, but those were my pitches to the other folks that
Gotcha.
the other white whales of OneTake Tonight. Thanks for joining this episode. We'll see you for the next one.